Good morning.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Chat with Madam Whipass, and it is Madam and Marcellus in the morning, just the way you like it.
Exactly.
How are you, darling?
I'm good. I'm grateful to have a good cup of warm hot chocolate this morning, and I just had my little. I just ate a little bit. I had a donut and some hot chocolate this morning. That's the breakfast of champions,
Oh, okay.
and so I'm like just ready to go. I'm probably not going to go into the office this morning till about 11. So yeah, I'm just kind of try to get some rest and talk to you for a little bit, and that's about
Oh,
it.
well, boy, some quick events had taken place this week already, like 3 days after the man was put in the ground or put in the tomb or wherever they put him. Did you know, by the way, that casket alone was $100,000?
I did know that, and that's another unfortunate tragedy of this entire saga. um, and like I was telling you, the last time that you and I and Damon spoke, I literally thought this would be the last time I would have had to talk about him in this new birth situation. But because of their inability to tell the truth and just be transparent and be like real human beings, I mean, this new birth is a classic case of everything not to do to be a church and to have have a local assembly. They're like the poster child for what not to do. It's really bad. And yeah, this $100,000 casket, another waste of money.
Really? Mm. New birth members really should be um raising holy hell, tell you the truth, but they ain't. They just happy to know my pastor was buried in $100,000 casket.
Which is insane because your past had already paid millions of dollars um, for people to go away. That's really what he paid them the money to do.
Mm.
Um, and so for them to just, be okay with that $100,000 casket just goes to show you the level of depravity, psychosis of this group of people. It's really sad, and it's insanity to me. It really is.
Yes, indeed. We're going to title
Yeah.
this show Madam and Marcellus, the afterbirth of new birth.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because this is it's oh God, I can't even begin to tell you. Now, my first problem, like you mentioned, is the casket. That's another thing because I don't know if we talked about that the last time, but to spend $100,000, first of all, to make him lie in state, or so that they had him lying there for I don't know how many days. It might have been 1 or 2 days,
Mm-hmm.
and then to put him in $100,000 casket,
Mm,
then to dress him up in all that Catholic garb,
mm, mm, mm.
put on the Pope's red shoes. It was it was something to behold. And then for the church to come out
Oh,
later
wait,
and say, "Oh,
Marcellus. What you saw him
okay,
laying out in, that was the day before the funeral. On the funeral, he was wearing something different. He was wearing gold.
yeah," and that's what, yeah, I think it was you who told me that. Yeah, he had changed
Mm-hmm.
clothes. So they changed his outfit like he was Diana Ross. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's just totally insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally insane. And then his church decides, yeah, we're going to go on this great look for a pastor. And I had gotten, let me see if I can find it. I'm going to look for it. Hold on, because I bet you I can find it because I got my laptop. Someone had sent me, uh, wait till I tell you this too. Someone sent me a link that said the church was looking for a new pastor and they had hired, hold on, they had hired a man, a civil rights leader, to help them find them a new pastor.
Really?
And oh, here it is. Okay, here it is. Bam. Do do do. It's V103 dot cbslocal.com,
Mm-hmm.
and it says here, Bishop Eddie Long replacement search to be completed before March the 1st. Okay.
Wow.
It says Newbirth Missionary Church will soon have a new leader. It was in 1987 when the pastor Eddie Long assumed leadership. Through the years, its membership grew from 300 to more than 25,000. The leader who became Eddie Long died on January 15, 2017 from, according to the church, an aggressive form of cancer. Bishop Long's funeral was held yesterday at the church. And I guess we'll never know whether it was truly cancer or not, because it's not like they're going to do some autopsy, because, I mean, that's debatable too, because the church lie all the time.
Right.
Them people, you know what? Them people lie all the time. So it may not have been cancer. It could have been something else.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, so what's next for the mega church? Thomas Dortch, vice president of the church's board of directors, says, we're beginning to look at who will be the successor at Newbirth, and that search will be completed before March the 1st. So get this. The church put out a public statement, and they hired someone to help them come up with and find a new pastor.
Mm-hmm.
Then, in less than 2 days, they had a new pastor, and then Vanessa Long comes out and makes a statement saying that Bishop Long had a succession plan in place.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to the average person who's watching and listening, they're probably like, okay, so what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is the pattern of behavior that exists from this church, where they are constantly and consistently telling lies. Now, first it was Bishop Long doing all the lying. And now it seems like this church is, how do I describe it? It's just like the culture of the church is to lie. And on some level, to call that public relations, I think on some level they might be trying to consider that public relations, but to me, it's just people telling lies.
Mm-hmm.
And the church is constantly, consistently lying. And it just irritates me to no end to think that these people will constantly and consistently keep telling these lies and not tell the truth. And then people will say, well, Marcellus says, what's the big deal? The big deal is, if you're a pastor, if you're a preacher, if you're a local church, one of the things that's fundamental is the fact that we should not be telling lies. That's just a given. I think it was one of them commandments, by the way. I don't know if they're still trying to go by any commandments or anything at Newbirth. I doubt it. But I thought, lying and stealing and doing all that kind of stuff, I thought that was supposed to be something that which you weren't supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's that's the kind of situation that I'm showing, and it's just a sad commentary to this group of people.
And what do you know about this new pastor?
Well, he was at the funeral. They called his name, and something that I noticed is that when they called his name, he stood up, and the people cheered. They were like, yay, yay. And he sat back down. He had on his little bishop garb. And I was like, oh, okay, so he's pretty popular amongst all of the Newbirth churches. He's pretty popular. And here's something else that I found really interesting. They mentioned Newbirth, Charlotte on the funeral, but from what I understand, Newbirth, Charlotte was closed.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't understand why they were lying about Newbirth, Charlotte. That was a little bit of an interesting situation there too.
Yes,
so
Newbirth, Charlotte still exists. They just don't have a building.
Well, maybe so. Maybe they're Yeah, maybe they're meeting at a, I don't know.
School cafeteria? I don't know.
Yeah, they could be. Yeah, they could be. But yeah, the history of the lying of this congregation is quite troublesome for me. And the pattern of behavior from them is troublesome, which says to me that eventually we're going to have another situation coming out of Newbirth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be interesting to see how that transpires. But we're going to have another situation eventually.
I'm gonna see how long this pastor is gonna last
Yeah.
before they have to go looking for another one. I don't know why I feel that way.
Well, here's the thing. First of all, New Birth is a Baptist church. And I have to always keep that in mind, although it's a new kind of formulation of Baptist church.
Mm-hmm.
The old school Baptist church was run by boards and deacons and such, and it looks like I guess they have somewhat of a similar type situation. I don't really know because these folks lie so much, but um, any good preacher, any good pastor who is responsible for leading a group of people will understand his necessity to enhance the vision of the previous leader, but also be able to move forward with the vision that he or she has.
Yes, and I don't see them allowing anybody to move forward with the vision of a new pastor.
Yeah, and I think that that's where it's gonna be some
Mm-hmm.
serious situation there.
Yeah, because although there was a board, because there needed to be a board, in reality, Eddie Long was the pastor, the board, and everybody else.
Right.
He was the CEO. I think now that he's gone, the board is going to try to function like a board of a church. They would have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
They would. They will. Yeah.
and so that's going to be a major issue.
Well, what I would be interested in with my nose itself is because apparently I guess Vanessa Long is on this board and helps to make these decisions, etc. But I would be really interested in finding out what is going to be her family's income or what she's going to be receiving from New Birth since her husband was the founder of New Birth, and what is her compensation and how are they still going to compensate her moving forward. And I feel like they're probably going to end up paying this new pastor probably maybe $100,000 to $200,000 a year to run the ministry. But I'd be interested in seeing where all the rest of the money goes.
Um, I think it's going to go where it's always been going, and the recipient will be Vanessa Long, just like how it was Eddie Long. I don't think any of that is going to change.
Well, I mean, if they're supposed to be trying to move forward and to create a new birth, you would think that they would be trying to do things differently from what they've always done it in order for them to get past the stigma of their previous leader. Because let's just the whole world will be watching and waiting to see what a tragedy this is going to be, right? Everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen. And so I would think that they would have better sense than that. But
Well, you know what? If I was Vanessa Long, I'd shut down every last one of them churches, sell those buildings, liquidate everything, and go on about my business with me, my children, and my grandchildren.
and I think that that's probably the wisest thing to do. But I don't think she's going to do that because now she has this cash cow that can consistently and constantly bring in an enormous amount of money. But the whole thing about that too is she's got to factor in the fact that her leader, the person who takes over this church, has got to be charismatic enough to keep these 5,000 people coming every week. And I'm not too sure that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not too sure that's going to happen. But the lying is the huge part for me. And I know to most people they probably don't even think about that as much. but it's the lying of this church that bothers me to my core.
Mm-hmm. And I'd
But
like to see what the deal is going to be. Um, I don't know, between Eddie Jr. and Vanessa Long,
right,
because that is not her son.
right.
And so I'm sure he feels entitled to a lot being the firstborn and
Yeah,
his namesake.
yeah,
And yeah, you know,
yeah. And I'm sure that he probably does, and I'm sure that hopefully his father put something into play for him and the girls. Um, but who knows, you know? And I'm pretty sure the thing about that too is the stepmother's going to be responsible for dishing it all out, and that in itself is a whole nother situation. And so, yeah, it'll be a very interesting situation. That's all I can say.
yeah. And I mean, but then again, that's all up to Eddie. If he put it in place for them to have a new pastor, because she says that he did that when November of 2013.
Yeah, which is a lie because here's the thing. If he did that in 2013, why did the church release a statement saying they had hired somebody to help them find a new pastor? Why did they do that?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Why would they do that? And you come out in the public just to tell a lie? I'm confused by that. And to me, to tell you the truth, I just don't believe they had no succession plan. No, I don't believe that.
Uh-huh.
I think they just decided that this guy is pretty popular into their circle of churches and things that they got going on. So they feel like he's probably going to be the best guy to take over, and they're letting him take over. That's my opinion. And because I don't really see him coming up with no succession plan, he wasn't bright enough to not molest five boys. I don't think he's bright enough to have a succession plan.
Huh.
That's just my opinion. And
You
if you
would
know anything,
think. You would think he had a will.
yeah, well, that might
And
be
if he had a
possible.
will, surely he named somebody to take over the church.
Yeah, but the thing about that too is it's his personal stuff in the church. I would think is probably going to be completely different in a sense, but uh, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think the man is that bright. And if you know anything legally about some of the stuff that he did with Newbirth's finances, I don't think he's that bright. He actually sold a plane back to Newbirth Ministries for $1. Well, he
Uh,
sold it.
that
He
was pretty
sold the plane.
smart. What's something white folks would do?
Yeah, well, I mean, but it just goes to show you, the level of dishonesty that this ministry kind of harbored and what they had.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, the houses he lived in, all of those houses, they weren't in his members' names. They were in the name of the church.
Yeah, well, I guess that's what they did. Hey, I guess so.
And
It's
I
kind,
guess that's to keep him from having to pay taxes.
mm, mm, I guess on some level too. Yeah, it's going to keep him from being able to do that. That's why he sold it back for $1. You
Yeah.
know. So yeah, these guys are cunning and they're full of lies and deceit. And
Yeah, it
unless you,
probably was costing him a grip to maintain and pay all the fees and dues on that daggone plane. So it was better. I'm sure he sat down with an accountant. Yeah, he had lawyers, and I'm sure he had a will. Because when that congressman was investigating him and Creflo and all the other pimp preachers, they all sat down with accountants and attorneys as
right,
a line of defense to battle with whatever was to come with that
right,
guy from the Senate doing that investigation. So
Senator
yeah,
Grassley.
That's something, selling the plane to your church for $1. That sounds like an accountant suggested that all the way.
Yeah, and you know what? It most certainly it could have been. It could have been, but like I said, it just shows you the level of dishonesty from this church and this pastor, and how their inability to actually be transparent and tell the truth about stuff. But I'm not surprised by it. And the reason why I bring it up is because I think that it also, if this was a court of law, it would show you a pattern of behavior. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It would show you a pattern of behavior that you're getting from this church.
Mm-hmm.
This church in itself, I mean, there's no words to describe the level of dishonesty and stuff going on in Newbirth. It really is. It's really sad. But over the next several years, we should just be watching and seeing what's going to happen with these folks, because I got a feeling it ain't gonna be good, and that's the truth.
Well, I want to introduce you to an upcoming interview I'm going to have. And I'll just say his name is Brother Moses. Brother Moses has written several books, a few books. Well, at least 2 or 3 that I know of dealing with Paula White, which were definitely on point. So he's coming out with a series of books.
Mm.
And the first one is called Jackass Church Bishops.
Wow.
Yes. And so I just want to read this letter he wrote to the saints. And that's all I'm going to read so that you can have an idea of what's to come. It says, "Dear saints, it was the Apostle Paul who admonished, honor widows that are widows indeed." 1 Timothy 5:3. The same holds true for bishops. I highly esteem bishops that are biblical bishops indeed, but do not expect me to honor the bombastic braying asses which besmirch the sacred office established and exemplified by Christ. It is very easy to tell real and counterfeit bishops apart. True bishops meet the biblical benchmark and spiritually sound, act, and look like humble Jesus, the prototypical bishop. 1 Timothy 3:1-7, Hebrews 13:20, 1 Peter 2:25, 5-4. Like the Son of Man, true bishops come not to be ministered unto, but to minister and give their lives in service for many. That's Matthew 20:28. Like John the
Mm-hmm.
Baptist, true bishops will not be seen gorgeously appareled, living like effeminate kings, needing to be surrounded by luxury, which is Luke 7:24-25. Like the Apostle Paul, true bishops serve the Lord with all humility, ceasing not to warn the saints day and night with tears, coveting no church members' silver, gold, and costly apparel, and working as hard as any other member of the church to support themselves. Acts 20:19-35. And unlike Diotrephes, true bishops loveth not to have the preeminence among the saints, or talks nonsense against believers, or employ malicious words against the brethren, or decree and declare as temperamental deified divas routinely do.
Mm.
The third John and wait a minute, 3 John 9:11. It's not hard to tell real and counterfeit bishops apart. All one needs is a Bible, a brain, a love
Mm-hmm.
of truth, and a little sprinkling of common sense.
Mm-hmm.
If your bishop is infatuated with Roman Catholic canon law, he is one of Satan's. If your bishop went around for 1 year calling himself bishop elect or bishop designate, he is one of Satan's. If your bishop had an Episcopal consecration service, satanic type elevation service, with a chief consecrator and 2 additional co-consecrators, he is one of Satan's. If your bishop makes the boastful and unfounded claim of apostolic succession, he is one of Satan's. If your bishop is a member of some joint college of bishops, he is one of Satan's.
Can you
If
pause?
your bishop,
Can you pause for just a minute? Because
sure,
you're saying a couple of things that I know people are like, what in the world? Let me just mention one of the things that you just mentioned, which is apostolic succession.
uh-huh.
And because most church people do not have a clue what apostolic succession is. And I was thinking about this the other day in the car, and what a demonic, situation apostolic succession is. And for those of you that are listening, this is what apostolic succession is. A lot of bishops and preachers, including the Full Gospel Baptist Church Fellowship, Paul Morton, and a lot of these people, and Delano Ellis, and all these people believe in apostolic succession. And what apostolic succession is, in order for you to be considered in their minds to be a authentic bishop, you must be able to trace your roots all the way back to St. Peter through Catholicism or through the Catholic Church. You must be, if you cannot trace your roots back through the Catholic Church to all the way back into St. Peter through the lineage of that whole line, then they don't consider you an authentic bishop. And if you don't believe me, there are some videos on YouTube that actually expose the Full Gospel Baptist Church in this teaching that they have, but they're not the only ones who believe that. And so that's what apostolic succession is. And now the bishop elect and all that other stuff, that's just a wonderful way for them to go on tour and raise money. Because when you're bishop elect, you go on these tours to all these other churches who are more than likely connected to the person who's going to be elevating you to bishop, and you're going to go there and you're going to preach and you're going to raise money and get all the people excited that you're turning into a bishop, etc., etc. And unfortunately, what ends up happening is you end up having some booty mastery service like Wayne T. Jackson gave, where folks is laying on your butt and all this kind of crap. And so this is the kind of stuff that they're doing. But I just wanted to mention that about apostolic succession. And what a lot of people don't know, too, when you start to think about this stuff, because I don't really give any thought to it, if your pastor is believing and supporting apostolic succession, then what your pastor has done is he has married you to Catholicism. You are married to the Catholic Church. And I know we can talk about that a little later point, but that in itself, guys, is tremendously dangerous. The whole purpose of having a reformation was to get away from them. But it seems like it seems like we're just reverting back to the same kind of mentality of Catholicism. That's actually what's happening.
Oh Lord, oh Lord. Says,
Go ahead.
if your bishop has a closet filled with expensive vestments, Roman Catholic clown outfits, he is one of Satan's. If your bishop's favorite color recently became Romish purple and now regurgitates Rome's ecclesiastical Kool-Aid, he is one of Satan's. Wow.
Mm.
If your bishop sports an Episcopal ring, a pectoral cross, a studded crosier, a pagan mitre, and heraldry coat of arms, he is one of Satan's. If your bishop has a prelate's throne, the bishop's regal chair, in the sanctuary, he is one of Satan's. If your bishop extends his hand bearing the Episcopal ring, expecting members to kiss it, he is one of Satan's. If your
Yeah, which
bishop
is true.
demands that congregants refer to him as your grace, your eminence, your holiness, he is one of Satan's. If your bishop has Episcopal flags flying high at the church, signaling his presence, he is one of Satan's. If your bishop went to Rome to have an audience with the Pope, he is one of Satan's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If your bishop is working towards ecumenical unity,
Mm-hmm.
one world religion under Antichrist, he is one of Satan's.
Yeah, but they won't consider ecumenical unity as being a unifying of all of the religions or churches. They will simply say that it is, all of the people getting together to find common ground, so that they can make the world a better place, et cetera, et cetera. They'll never say that they're doing that for world domination or to create one world religion. They'll never say that. So that's not something that they'll ever admit to or say. But go ahead.
Need I go on? For your sakes, I must and will. And I appeal to your good sense and love of truth, as the Apostle Paul did the Corinthians. I wish you would bear with me while I indulge in a little so-called foolishness. Do bear with me, for I am zealous for you with a godly eagerness and a divine jealousy, for I have betrothed you to one husband, to present you a chaste virgin to Christ. Hosea 2:19-20. But now I am fearful lest that even as the serpent beguiled Eve by his cunning, so your minds may be corrupted and seduced from wholehearted and sincere and pure devotion to Christ. Genesis 3 and 4. And that came from the
Mm,
Amplified Bible. So it says, in the
mm,
last days, the old serpent has increased his beguiling of unstable souls, beginning with worldly minded clergy. By means of these hoodwinked ministers, Satan intends to sweet talk and deceive the rest of us. May God protect us from the serpent's potent heretical vomit, which is the Roman Catholic canon law, which has appeared on schedule as the Bible predicted long ago, Revelation 12:15-16. I will proceed to show in the chapters that follow how far the African American bishopric, bishopric,
yeah, bishopric. Mm-hmm.
okay, has fallen from the biblical standard, and how corrupt and debased the sacred institution has become because of Satan's ongoing leavening. Finally, if your bishop gets as mad as the devil over the publication of this series of books and derides them and bans their reading, then you know for sure that your highfalutin, high-nosed, high-toned, holier than thou prelate is one of Satan's own, who will predictably shift like his devilish master from the serpent deceiving mode to dragon persecuting mode. Revelation 12:13-17.
Wow.
Let the devil and his bogus band of biggity bullies get furious. They're incensed because they don't like being exposed. They are
Mm,
furious because time is running out and their party here on earth will soon be over, as it is scheduled to be, crashed by Jesus and his holy angels. Jude 14
mm-hmm.
and 15, Revelation 12 and 12, 19, 1-16.
I like this so far. I'm telling you right now, I like this. This make me want to go out and buy the book. I'm ready. I'm
Honey,
ready. I'm ready right now.
I know. I cannot wait to have him on. I'm so excited. With my crazy working hours, I've just been able to skim through this a little bit. It's over 200 pages, but I really want to read the whole thing before I talk to him. So I guess, Jesus, and I can only read it on the computer. I can't pull it up on my phone for some reason.
Mm.
But I'm
So,
going to
so,
read this
so,
because that letter to the saints was just so powerful. And he goes on to talk about how jackasses were used in the Bible and other facets of society. And he just ties it all in. It's really good. That's all I'm going to say about it. I just wanted to give you a little spoiler and a teaser. But please stand by, because Brother Moses I'm going to get with him within the next week.
Is that Brother
Anytime
Moses with
between
the
now
glasses?
and Thursday.
Is that Brother Moses with the glasses who's on Facebook? Is that the same Brother Moses I'm thinking of? Who's one of my Facebook friends? I wonder, is that him?
It might be. That's the one who wrote the first fruits about Paula White.
You know what? I don't know. I got to go back and look. Now you done got me intrigued. Okay, go ahead.
I think so. I
That
think
might be,
so.
it might be him. Because, these people, there's so many people that write so much stuff, and so much stuff comes across my desk that I'd be like, okay. But I bet you that probably is him, and I got to pay more attention. I
I
really
bet you
do.
it is. He is fantastic. Um, he contacted me on one of my videos and whatever. Long story short, he called me, and I mean, oh, I just love to just sit at his feet and just listen to him.
Mm. Well, yeah, because I mean, it's written very well. I enjoy so far, and I'm like, wait a minute, I really enjoy that because he's making it so plain for you that you won't have any excuse. That's very plain.
Yeah.
That's very plain. You can't screw that up. Because he
Uh-uh.
untold you if he called himself bishop elect. He done told you if he wearing the mitre and he's got all this other stuff. He's trying to tell you that he's one of Satan. So he's making it very clear.
Yeah.
So, and I think a lot of times we do things out of ignorance, and because of our ignorance, it causes us a lot of times to get into things we have no business being in. And some of these people, you can be, just because you're unaware of the law doesn't mean you're not guilty of breaking the law. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these preachers are very guilty, and I think they better start, making it a concerted effort to get themselves away from a lot of this stuff. Excuse me, because uh, they're going to be, if there is a physical, literal hell, they're going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
They're
What
going to
is
be
the
there.
mitre? Is that staff looking thing?
No, that's the is it the wait a minute, let me get it so I don't mess up. I think the mitre is the hat. Bishop's mitre. I think it's the hat, that little stupid pointy hat.
The dunce hat.
Yeah, yeah. There, that's what I think it is, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you
Um,
remember the flyer we saw in Church Folk Revolution of this guy? I don't know if he made himself bishop, but he was also a relative to one of CFR people.
and he had a hat of what?
Uh, he made a flyer and had a picture of him sitting in this chair and in this. I don't know if he was a bishop, but he was dressed in this garb, just looking like a clown. And remember how we
Mm.
just clowned him for days? And he's actually a cousin to one of the CFR members.
Mm. I don't know. I probably do. It's been so long ago, but yeah, because we clown so many people.
I don't know. This one is really unforgettable for me, but I was just wondering because I'd like to keep up with him. I think he had a twin brother, and they were mimes in the church. Remember, they used to be mimes, and he went
Mm.
from mime to he looked like he was a bishop sitting in this flyer, dressed in this, just looking just absolutely ridiculous.
Wow.
But anyway, I was just wondering if you knew who I was talking about because I'd like
Mm-mm.
to know what is he doing these days.
They're probably doing the same crap that they've always done. All doing, just raising money, taking money, doing the same thing. They don't change very much. They keep that same stuff going. They don't change very much.
And they keep trying to top each other with these titles. I mean, how many titles has Juanita Bynum had?
Well, she's reverend, she's prophetess, I think they made her a bishop. Um,
Bishop?
yeah, they made Neil Ellis. Neil Ellis did that. Remember, they elevated her I don't know if they completely finished it, but you remember they elevated her to bishop.
Really?
Yeah, that was Neil Ellis. Neil, the one who overseed
Yeah,
Eddie
I know
Long's
who Neil
funeral.
Ellis is.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, that was Neil Ellis. Sure did.
Isn't his name His Grace or something?
Yeah, well, all of them is His grace.
Well, what's the purpose of having a term like that?
Well, to me, it's to give them some type of distinction in the minds of the people to create a distance between them and the people. To me, because the moment that you create a distance and create a situation where you yourself are made to be looked upon as somebody who is superior or more spiritual, it diminishes the folks in the pew and it elevates you to a level that they're not on. And they like that because then you have to pay homage, bow down. You're not qualified, because nowadays what you'll hear a lot of preachers say is, well, you're not qualified to talk about this stuff.
Mm.
As if you, in order to speak about biblical things, you have to have this grandiose great education as far as going to a higher school of learning or a theological school in order to speak about spiritual things. And that's kind of what we're dealing with. Seriously, that's literally what we're dealing with. That's really
Wow.
what we're dealing with. That's literally what we're dealing with. And I just call them the professional clergy. That's really what I do. I call them the professional clergy because, I mean, we've gotten to this state now to where, the professionals are the experts on God. They know everything about God. The rest of us don't know nothing according to them.
Hmm.
So I just leave it to the professional clergy. I say, okay, well, I'll let God deal with you. In the meantime, I'm going to call out your mess. I'm going to point people in another direction, hopefully point them to Jesus, and so that they can see their significance to Christ and their relationship to God, and just get as far away from you all as they possibly can. And that's really how I feel. They need to get as far away from this stuff that's going on right now as humanly possible. And that's my opinion. I really believe that. I really believe that.
Well, I'll say the mega church has been strong for at least 20, 21 years. Because I think they
Hmm.
started popping up like in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, right?
Well, it might have been a little bit earlier than that. I'm going to say in the late 80s. You had some people who were already starting, because that's when Fred Price purchased Pepperdine University. And believe it or not, some of these people were mega before folks even knew what mega was.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and so, yeah, they had some mega churches back in those days, but everybody wasn't clamoring to be on TV. And the structure of that didn't change until Bishop, um, what's his name, Scott, the white man with the cigar in his mouth. He had to sue the government. I can't remember his name right now, but he actually had to sue the government, and that's when everything just sort of changed, because he said the government didn't have no business being in the business of churches and how much money they raised and how much money they had, et cetera, et cetera. And so he opened up this avenue for churches to sort of own property and take all of this stuff and own radio stations and TV stations and some of this stuff. And after that, the floodgates open. And I know his name is not Daryl Scott, because that's the new fool that's out right now, but I can't think of the guy's name right now.
Oh,
Somebody
wow.
somebody in the chat room might remember his name, and you guys can post it in there. But I know his name is Scott. He used a white guy used to smoke a cigar, and he'd be cussing and yelling at the people, telling them, y'all ain't sending me enough money. Um,
Really?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And he died a couple of years ago, but he has this great catalog of manuscripts also, of biblical manuscripts. And yeah, he's a big time something. And a lot of times you'll hear preachers refer to him as being an authenticator of their ministry. And they'll read off these names, and people don't know who these names are, unless you do a little bit of research. But yeah, he was the one who opened the doors for all of this stuff. And I wish I knew his name. I'm about to Google it. What's his name? Let me find out. Pastor. Yeah, he was in the 80s.
Oh wow, I did not know that. Well, when I
Mm-hmm.
first took notice of him, yeah, Fred Price, yeah, he's always had that big old mega church, and it seemed like he was the only one,
Mm-mm.
at least
Mm-mm.
televised anyway, that I can recall.
Nope. He was, well, in the early '80s. The most prominent three preachers that was black and that was in the '80s was Fred Price, Carlton Pearson, and there was one more. Um, I'm trying to think because Carlton and Fred Price were the only two on TV for years. Um, and then the floodgates got opened. And I can't remember who the other black person was. Oh God, I can't think this morning. Um, but yeah, that's yeah. But there was three. There was only three on television at one point in time, and you have to be old enough to know that.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, there was only three. And then after a while, it just turned into a whole situation. And my thing too is I would love to ask Carlton, how he feels about some of these preachers that are out now, because if it wasn't for Carlton, some of these people we wouldn't even know who they was. We wouldn't even know. We literally would not even know who they was, because he gave room to a lot of this stuff. And I'm sure he wouldn't take ownership of it, but he did. I'm here to tell y'all he did, because there would be no Brian Keith Williams, there would be no Joyce Meyer, there would be no T.D. Jakes, there would be no Daryl Scott, who's out in the media right now. If it wasn't for Carlton giving these dudes a platform, there would not have been none of those guys. Those guys didn't exist before Azusa.
Wow.
That's where those folks made their names for themselves, was during those Azusa conferences. Apostle R.D. Hinton. Even though R.D. Hinton was already out and preaching, he didn't have the main stage like he had at Azusa that allowed him to, go across the world and do the things that he was starting to do because of Azusa. That was all. That was all Carlton.
Well, I wanted to bring a surprise you with a blast from the past.
Mm.
One of your favorite preacher videos that will tickle you so, but
Uh
I
oh.
can't remember it. I'm searching, and I hate that I have to remind you because now it ain't gonna be a surprise. But who is that country ass preacher that used to be on a public access TV, and he was singing this song, and it was just so funny.
Oh, you talking about the guy Satan lied to you?
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta look it up because this is my history. I saved that. Hold on, I gotta find that dude. Oh, that was one of my favorites. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh man, hold on, I'll find it. Oh, how do I get to it? Hold on. Da, 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 da. Yeah, Satan lied to you. All you got to do is type in Satan. You got to spell it. You got to spell it. What is it?
Oh, I
SAYD.
got him. There he go. Oh Lord. Okay. Well, we're gonna take a little break just so that we can get a little laugh. Y'all gonna enjoy this one.
That's Reverend
I
Billy.
haven't seen this one in years. Okay, Carrie, get ready to giggle, okay? Cause this is gonna be funny, curious. Come on. You know God called me. You know God called me. You know I got to have money to keep a program on the air. You know that. Call in a donation. Call in a bill. See, This got to be a better one than this, right?
Yeah, there should be.
Okay, bear with me.
Uh, Because it's his name. I just found his name too, and you because it's Reverend. Hold on, his name is Reverend Billy Locklear. Satan lied to you. Let me see if that's the same one you playing. He cracked me up. He was begging for money from the get-go.
Recording. Because I only see one.
Okay, no. You got to look for the one that says Reverend Billy Locklear, Satan lied to you. Saydum. Done lied to you. Satan done lied to you. That's a better copy. Oh, he cracked me up. He said, you got to send me some money. Help me, Billy. Help me. You know I'm called by God.
Why are you going to do that to me? Marcellus, are you talking? For some reason, you sound muted.
Oh, he cracked me up. You said, you got to send me some money. Help me, Billy. Help me. You know I'm called by God.
Why are you going to do that to me? Marcellus, are you talking? Oh, okay. I want to help you, Billy.
Call her right. Oh man, that's funny.
That's Reverend Billy Locklear. Oh, wait a minute. I done found a better one. Here you go. It should be better. Satan done lied to you.
Yeah, that's the one.
While we're singing, we're going to call right on. Call. Keep calling. Mama, write me that letter. I need $100. I need $50. I'm behind on my. Because you know I'm called by God. You know God called me. You know God called me. You know I got to have money to keep the program on the air. You know that. Call in a donation. Call in a gift. See, I want to help you, Billy. I want to help you. Get. Call. Write me. Call. Right. Praise God. Say, Billy, I'm going to help you. I thank God. I'm just dearly excited. If I ever felt anointed to God, tonight I have felt Jesus. I have felt God, Jesus Christ, stronger tonight than I have felt him in a long time, my friend. Sunday I felt it strong again. He's just moving. The power of God is moving. We're going to sing you a song. And while we singing, call them numbers. We're going to sing you a song, Don't Let the Devil Ride. Okay, well, Satan lied to me, that's right. Satan lied to me. I got my song a little meek. Satan lied to me. Have Satan ever told you a lie? Huh? Has he? Well, listen to this hymn as we play this song, Satan lied to me. 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 He's all you ever need. Jesus gonna be your friend.
Okay.
He's all you ever need. Jesus, great big friend. I feel good. I feel the Lord. Hey, I love that. Ain't gonna do it.
They want you to call them numbers, though.
I feel like getting up and down a little bit.
Oh, Lord.
Get better and better.
Okay.
Now, the funny thing, I have a whole list of these. Or just church funnies that I just, when I need to, I just rev back and grab some of them. But this Satan Done Lied to Me is one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites.
I'm going to play my favorite. Okay, Billy. We're going to get back to you another day. Because Satan done lied to you.
Satan, not Satan. Satan.
Satan done lied to you.
Now, here's the thing that got me. If you listen to the verse, because see, I listened to the lyric. The first part of the song says, Satan done lied to me, or lied to you, told me he would be my friend. Now, when has Satan never told anybody he gonna be their friend? Hilarious. Hilarious. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. That was so funny.
Here is my favorite. Every time I need to pick me up, I play this video and giggle my ass off. And you should too.
Well, I wrote this song for the Christian youth. I want to teach kids the Christian truth. If you want to reach those kids on the street, then you got to do a rap to a hip-hop beat. So I gave my sermon an urban kick. My rhymes are fly, my beats are sick. My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's because Jesus Christ is my nigga. Ooh. He's a life changer, miracle arranger, born to the virgin mom in a manger. Water to wine, he's a drink exchanger, and he died for your sins. I preach the word, that's my gig, and I rhyme better than Notorious Big. All the other MCs, I wish them well, but if you live in sin, you burn in hell.
I don't hear you laughing, Marcellus.
You know what? I can't. I hope people can see this video.
Wait a minute, hold on. They watching it. Hold on. We got 2 more minutes left.
Jesus Christ is my nigga. He's the son of the original G. And he was sent to Earth to elucidate the way that we should be. What? Like if another MC says you're a freak, you're a lame butt rapper and your rhymes are weak. I don't get mad and I don't critique. I forgive him and turn the other cheek. I don't blaspheme and my pants don't sag. I do have sweet little Christian swag and I'm proud to be an American.
Jesus Christ is a nigga.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Drugs and you think you're cool? You need to come to Sunday school. Put those drugs in a garbage can. Stand up tall. You're a Christian man. Word up. I'm freestyling.
Hit me.
Okay. Okay. So that was a commercial break of a couple of little funnies.
Oh, wow.
Isn't it amazing?
It is. And I had to go back and listen to that because I could have sworn them two white people just said he's a nigga like me. I got to go back because I could have sworn that's what they just said a minute ago. Hilarious.
Wait a minute.
Hilarious.
Jailhouse Productions, she just typed in chat. We were playing Billy. She said, "Oh my God, please, Billy, I'm trying to drive. We don't want her to have an accident."
Oh my God. That is hilarious. Look, we have so many of these church funnies. Oh my God. They're just hilarious. They're hilarious.
Oh, you know what? That's it. We just gave them a taste. The next time we meet, it's going to be the church funny show. And we're going to get all these videos together and just giggle our behinds off.
Oh my God. There's so many of them. We'll get a good list of them because, boy, they're so crazy. And I mean, you want a good laugh, just go to YouTube and pull up some of this church stuff. It'll make you almost pee on yourself. And then Reverend Billy is something else. Billy said, "Now you know I'm behind on my TV. Bill, call me. You say, Billy, I want to help you, Billy. I want to help you." I said, and then he gonna roll into Satan, not Satan. Satan done lied to you. Now you got to spell that. You got to spell that properly in order to pull it up. It has to be Satan done lied to you.
Listen, I remember when we first watched that, I laughed for days over that video. That fool had me driving around talking about Satan done lied to me. Jesus is a friend of mine. I'm thinking that stupid song out of my head.
Oh, you know what? And that's so funny because we really did. I mean, we laughed on Satan that lied to me for days. When I tell you, and everybody was running around singing Satan done lied to me. And I mean, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Hilarious. And you can't make that stuff up. You can't make stuff up like that. You can't make stuff like that and talk about Jesus Christ is my nigga. Okay, this is hilarious. Oh my God. Oh.
And let him bust a cap in your ass.
And they was just like, yeah, this is it right here. This is it. Hilarious.
Oh boy. It is good to laugh at some stuff like that. But yeah, he said it. He can rap better than the notorious B.I.G. He went there.
Yeah, and he did go there. That is hilarious. These folks are something else. That's all I can say. But you can't make stuff like this up.
No, you can't.
I don't care what you do. You can't make stuff like that up.
Give us one more.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me see. I got to go to it. Oh my goodness. Show more. Wait a minute. Do they show my favorites? Yeah. Let me see. Because some of these things you have to favorite them in order for you to pull them up again. Hold on. Let me see. I gotta pull them up. See if they're still in my favorites. Oh yeah. I want you to type in one. It's called Worst Worship Ever.
Worst worship ever. The first one, let me see.
I gotta see what you. Yes, it's a lady.
And a blue dress, black hair, like.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get back so I can watch it with you guys. Hold on, let me get over here. Hilarious. Hold on.
This is one I ain't never seen yet.
Oh, you didn't see this one?
It's just a single lady with black hair. Who was the lady that was walking around talking about you need a Holy Ghost enema? Oh my goodness. You still there, Marcellus?
I'm still here. I just muted myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm still here. Timothy sent me this one. Brother Tim sent me this one. This one is hilarious. I love this one.
So is this one the black here?
Yeah, the lady with the right at the top. The
Okay.
worst worship ever.
Here we go.
It's took me through many rivers, through many deserts, down into many valleys.
Oh man, is there a better one?
No, that's about the best you're gonna get.
Okay. Woo!
Right in my bones and all over me.
What the hell? Hold on, I'm gonna pause this because you're gonna have to break this down for us. Because I barely can understand what the hell she's saying because she.
Well, first of all, you have to see the video. When you see the video, this woman she's I guess obviously a Pentecostal. She has these two big symbols in her hand, and she just gets to clamoring these symbols, bam, 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 and she says, I got to keep this song because what she said, it's brought me through many rivers and through many valleys. Okay, got that, and then all of a sudden is I got it, and I don't need another way, and she just hitting this thing, and then all of a sudden the Holy Ghost supposed to hit her, and then she just loses control. And she's, that's the part where she starts going down and up, and with her head, and just hilarious, just hilarious. But the point of the video is the lady's crazy. And the people in the congregation are spinning around. I don't know if you saw them. They were spinning around and just dancing and hopping up, and it's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
Well, we're gonna watch the rest of it then. I just seen the one preacher to the left that was like, wow.
No, we don't have to see it. We don't have to see it. I tell you, I can only take so much.
Oh, okay.
I can only take so much. These people is crazy. Hilarious. But I'll have some more. I'll give you a good list of them. I'll give a good list of them.
Well, somebody in chat, it's time said, wait a minute. Linear Art said that woman sound like Janis Joplin on bath salts.
And she was real serious about her stuff. She was real serious. When you see the video, the woman just went down and went up with her head. I mean, she was serious with it. She was, she was serious with it. You couldn't tell her she wasn't full of the Holy Ghost or full of something.
It's
oh,
time.
Man, that's funny.
It is interesting. Like the white child that died and had an encounter and said to his dad that Jesus is a nigger, but you guys are killing me.
Oh my God. Oh God. And the funny thing is, we used to have this chat room where we would get together, and it wasn't open to the public, but we would just put all sorts of stuff in there like these videos and just be laughing at all the stupid things that them folks used to be doing, and they're still doing it. And we'd just be laughing, and we'd laugh for days.
Yes. I tell you, that Satan done lied to me. I think, that went on for days with me. I just sing that song, Satan done lied to me. Jesus is a friend of mine.
Wait. I'll tell you another one that's really good, and it's in that whole line too. It says the worst church singer ever. It's a little man with a blue shirt on, and he's sitting, and just hilarious.
The worst church singer ever? Okay.
Yeah.
With the glasses on?
I think he does. Yeah, he's a white guy.
Okay.
Now, Jailhouse, watch this. Now, this is hilarious.
Oh, daggone. There you go.
That has made me pretty famous over the last few years.
He's saying this made him famous.
A lot of places I didn't think I would be at. But it was the first time on stage, New Year's Eve 2002, with one of the best quartets out there today, Brian Free and Assurance. And I was privileged to be able to sing this one with Brian Free. And I don't know if I beat him that night or not, but ever since then we've had competitions. I've been wearing out. Not to make me look good or anything, but that's what happened. But this is...
He's giving his resume.
My friends at our hometown church, Gospel Light Baptist Church in Salisbury, North Carolina, has really made their top choice. So therefore, we're going to finish off with this one. It's called Looking for a City. Looking for a city built above. Looking for a city.
This made him famous. Wow. No more.
She done went up.
No. Okay. No more. Yeah.
Oh, and look, when somebody can tell me what key that was, I will send you a $50 Amazon card. Oh God! And the thing that kills me about the whole video, it's the little things that get me. He goes on, "Oh, this song has made me famous." And
Yeah. Like Jailhouse said, she done messed up her mascara.
Oh God! You can't pay for this stuff. You cannot pay for this, and it's free. It's freely given. They give you all this for free. This is hilarious. Oh.
Oh, come on, give us one more, Marcellus.
Oh my God! Let me see if I can find another one for you. I got a whole list of them somewhere. Wait a minute. I gotta find the one where. This one's another classic. You gotta type in breakfast song. Just type in the word.
Oh Lord. Okay. I know which one the dead go. You know what gets me about this? The wife's face.
Oh yeah.
I mean, really.
But there's a kingdom coming that's part of God's plan when God's word is all we need to beat man. No more bacon. No more no more biscuits. No more light bread. No more bread. God is gonna call me home. I'm gonna leave. I'll be gone. I'll be gone. I'll be gone. God is gonna call me home.
Is Jesus really in that woman's life?
I don't think so. If he is, her face hasn't been notified. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I'll be gone.
She was like, I don't want to be up here doing this. He made me do it.
Yeah, she really doesn't.
No more Captain Crunch.
No more Captain Crunch. You can't write this.
No more Lucky Charms. No more Cheerios. No more Wheaties. No more Frosted Flakes. No more Rice Krispies. No more nuts and grapes.
I'm so done.
One of these mornings, God's gonna call me home. I won't need no breakfast. I'll be gone.
And this is when you be like, Lord, why you didn't work today? You could call him home right now.
No more chicken. No.
Oh, hilarious.
And that old church side step.
Oh man.
Side to side. No more donuts?
Don't want donuts.
And he's thinking about all this food with his old short fat wife.
Mm-hmm. That's probably why he talking about he don't want no more. He would get rid of all of them. Hilarious.
I'll be gone. I'll be gone. Be gone. No more oatmeal.
Oh God.
No more bacon.
Now here's the part that gets me. They are really intently spiritual. He holding up his arm, no more bacon. So the spirit just doesn't hit him. And he talking about one of these mornings, God's gonna call me home. I mean, who hates breakfast this much?
He said no more beef stew. Who eat beef stew for breakfast?
Oh God. Oh God. Hilarious. Just hilarious.
One of these mornings. Lord
Yeah,
didn't
he
call
just
him home, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean these folks are something else. Oh man.
I tell you, it is good to laugh. Get
Yes, it
yourself a
is.
noonday laugh and start your day.
Yes, buddy.
The breakfast song.
The breakfast song. I tell you, that is so funny to me. And those folks be dead serious about that stuff too. For real, for real.
It looks like they are enjoying this stuff.
Oh man. Oh Lord, Lord, Lord. I'm gonna get
Jailhouse said, "What the what? I have a couple of beds available for these two at the mental health facility here."
Look, and they definitely need it. They definitely need it. Oh man. And the
The
funny thing about
breakfast
that,
song. And that
yeah,
woman's
there's
face, I mean, she just looked like she just been sucking on lemons her whole life.
no kind of joy. But like you said, she looked like she was forced into it. It looked like he told her, look, if you don't get on this program and sing, I'm gonna have something for you when we get home. So she was on there
And do
doing her
that
best.
that church side step and put some zinging before I put some zing in you when we get home.
Oh man, that's too funny. That is too funny. And I have to find one. Tim sent me years and years ago. It's about a tap dancing lady. Um, they called her the tap dancing something, but I'll find it. But hilarious, just hilarious.
Ooh wee. Yeah, those were the good old days in that CFR group we had. We would just be laughing all day, every day. The jokes would just never stop.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Very, very true. Well, it's been a joy this morning. I got to get
Yes, it
myself ready to
has.
go to work here.
And me too. It's always a pleasure.
Uh,
Hey, maybe we could do this again Saturday morning.
yeah, well, I'm gonna be Saturday morning because that'll be fine because I don't go into the office until 6 o'clock at night on Saturday, so that's good.
Okay, great. And maybe I can schedule something with Brother Moses.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll be
he
good.
is really, really something. All right. Thank you, everybody in the chat room, for showing up. Great to see you, Jailhouse. And I know if I do more videos like this, I'll see more of Jailhouse Productions.
I just saw a video of hers the other day that I was looking at. She was in the car, and I can't remember which one it was, but it was really good too. And I think I sent her a note, or I might have typed something in there to her. But yeah, it was a good video.
Yeah, she is absolutely a joy. I get excited when I see a new video from Jailhouse.
Yeah, she does good stuff. So people ought to go, like I said, and subscribe to her channel as well, because it's good stuff. It's good
Yes,
stuff.
Jailhouse Productions. That's JAELHOUSE Productions. PRODUCTIONS. That's one word. Jailhouse Productions. JAEL House Productions. She's a beautiful light-skinned lady, just breaking stuff down. She can be funny, she can be serious, and she can sing. That woman can sing, y'all. All right, so thank you all again for joining and tuning in. And Madam and Marcellus shall catch up with you again. All righty?
And don't let Satan lie to you.
Don't you let Satan lie to you. Because Satan, he will lie to you. He'll tell you he your friend. But that be Satan. It don't be Jesus, it be Satan.
It be Satan. All right, y'all.
Y'all.